Welcome everyone, James here. Going to introduce you all to Katie today. She's an amazing inner dance facilitator who will be joining us for our 2-day immersion coming up in November on the 9th and 10th of November. She has trained with Pi since about 2014, so we'll hopefully be able to add her to this broadcast and go live together very soon. You'll have to bear with me here, we're having some technical difficulties. Facebook does not want to seem to let us have a live today, together anyway. Hello, Wolfgang. Hopefully we're adding Katie now, or this is not going to work, and we'll have to go to Instagram. Yay!
Hello.
Oh, third time lucky, was it? I think so.
I think
Anyway.
so.
Welcome. Thanks for joining me, Katie. Yeah, so this will be amazing for you to introduce yourself to everyone over here in Western Australia, and I mean, maybe obviously, yeah, anyone can join us for this 2 days coming up in November. So no reason people can't fly in anywhere around the area and come to this beautiful part of Australia down here in Margaret River. So yeah, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone who's down here and share a little bit about your background with inner dance?
Yeah. Hi everybody, and really excited to be coming to Australia for the first time. So this is really just a beautiful feeling to be able to come to Australia and share inner dance as well. I've been involved with inner dance for 10 years now, and I've been holding trainings and sort of sessions all around the world in that time. I've held more than 50 trainings now, and then many immersions and retreats, and all kinds of different scenarios. And it's just one of the most powerful and life-affirming modalities that you can experience. I really feel that so much has happened in my life through this inner dance process for myself as well, because I go to inner dance just as much as I facilitate it.
Yeah.
And and my background is in dance. I'm a professional belly dancer, and also studied Indian classical dance and Balinese dance, and Nepalese dance and Bollywood, and then different kinds of what I think of as sacred or cultural dances, which are more on the therapy side, so like Sufi whirling and Gurdjieff sacred movements, and then Osho dynamic meditation as well. And then inner dance into the mix. And within all of that, I created a movement therapy called Awakened Belly Dance. So everything for me of how my life has been is about movement and how we can access our body and our emotions and our gifts through the body, and what is it that we're holding here, and that we can bring into the world through an inner alchemy. What's the alchemy within our body?
Yeah. How did you first come across inner dance? Like, what led you there, or How did you find it?
It was definitely one of these magical happenings. I was living in India at the time, and I was working there as a dancer, and I was also teaching in other countries. So I was going to Malaysia and Singapore and England and Europe, and I went to teach in Kuala Lumpur, and I was talking to the owner of the studio about ayahuasca, which I hadn't and still haven't ever experienced, mostly because of inner dance, because I was more interested in how can we cultivate DMT naturally within ourselves, and how can we experience this, and yeah, how would it be? So she said to me, well, how would it be if you had this experience without the ayahuasca? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then she said that her teacher, Pai Villaraza, who's the founder of Inner Dance, he was going to be holding an immersion there the next month. So I went to that, and there's a video called Trust, and it's only about 40 seconds, but that was actually my very first experience of inner dance, and I'm
Oh, is it?
kind of writing
Okay.
it down. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I always
I
do
think I
that
know
when
the
I
video.
feel like
I'll have to have a look and see. I'll be able to
yeah,
recognize you there now.
I'm, I'm, I'm lying down and I've got a Wonder Woman vest on. And
And
yeah, and then from there,
what year was that then?
that I think 2014.
Okay. Oh, it was the
Yeah,
same year I did mine first and came across it too. Yeah. So,
yeah. So yeah, and then Pai said, "Oh, you live in India. I'm coming to India in another month to hold a training." And so I said, "Okay, I'm going to come to it." And my daughter was 11 at the time. She also joined us, and she took the training. So I don't know about now. Now she's 21, but for a long time she was the youngest facilitator in the world, and she was working with me. We were doing sessions together. And yeah, and then it went from there really, and people were asking me when I was going to different countries, and can I do sessions, and then trainings, and
yeah.
then now I'm one of the trainers for, there's a big global advanced training that's happening at the moment, and lots of people who want to hold their own trainings. So I'm one of the teacher trainers, I guess you would call it, for that course. It's a year-long course. So yeah, it's really developing in different ways now.
Yeah, cool. And you were mainly holding, like you're in the UK back then for the most of the time, and holding training
Um,
in there, or when did you moved around a bit as well?
yeah, from after that first training, I've taken 3 trainings with Pi, and after the first one, it became very clear that I needed to move. We moved to Bali at that point and lived there for 3 years, and to take space from the performance world, because I was in such a manic kind of craziness, and I was traveling all over India, and I was performing for celebrities and at all these big events, and I was trying to develop what would become Awaken Belly Dance, and I just wasn't in that headspace. So I knew that I had to step away from my dream job to also create my dream as
Yeah.
well. And so I went to Bali, and yeah, and really kind of went more into myself, and yeah, and then I was traveling still back and forwards to England. That's where I'm from originally, and again Singapore, Thailand, and then people were inviting me in different places. But I guess the majority of trainings that I've done were in well, Bali and England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I think I saw one of those videos of when you're in a bubble or something dancing. So it must have been around
Yeah,
back then, was it?
losing oxygen quickly, dancing in a giant bubble.
Yeah. And your
Yeah.
awakened belly dance, is that like something you do, like do you do it as a just like as an event for a couple of hours for people, or it's more as a training type thing that they do themselves, or how is it?
Yeah, it's same, like I hold workshops and I hold retreats and then trainings, facilitated trainings as well. And again, it's working in a very alchemical way with the belly dance movements. I originally went into inner dance in what I thought was research for awakened belly dance. I had no plan to be a facilitator or trainer or anything. I just wanted to find somebody that could teach me and help me understand how to work with brain waves and the body and music, because I'd had this idea for years and I couldn't find anyone that knew anything about it.
Yeah.
So when Pi spoke about this, I was like, okay, I need to do this training. And then I took it in a slightly different way with the ancient Egyptian alchemy, um, and yeah, it's kind of evolved on a different path as well, and it's much more guided and eyes are open and closed. So yeah, so people can do it for themselves too, but also they can hold sessions.
Yeah, awesome. So what do you think, like, why should people join this 2-day immersion? Like, what do you think's one or two of the biggest reasons people should join for the weekend and experience inner dance for those that haven't? Obviously, we're going to have some of the regulars who have been joining my events down here, but for anyone new who's coming across this for the first time, yeah, what do you think is the biggest thing they should look to gain out of an inner dance experience, which is obviously going to be different for everyone, isn't it? But maybe your personal experience, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, my first response is to say it's going to be fucking awesome. That's one one thing. Um, I would say it's the opportunity to really explore who you are, and we're going to be having several sessions over the 2 days, and this is going to take us all on a journey, and the being in a space like this and working together, and it's really where things can change very very quickly, and in a yeah, it's like almost like beyond words, isn't it, to say? But I always feel that I'm coming from a place where I want to support people, or I do support people to find out what their true soul path is, so that they can kind of get out of all this stuff that's distracting and pulling their emotions around, and to get really clear about who they are and who they came here to be. So I would say this, it sounds quite big and grand.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you want to find out what are you doing here on this in this realm and in your body, and yeah, where are you going with it?
yeah, yeah, awesome, yeah. Yeah, I've always enjoyed it. Just like, for me, it's always just felt so like authentic, I guess. Like it's just because it always just feels like it's within you, sort of the energy coming up and working through. Like obviously, where they're helping and assisting as facilitators, but the fact that you can do it on your own with just the music and the sound, like I think it's definitely more powerful with facilitators and you can go deeper. But always just that feeling that it's such an authentic journey that's coming from within, and whatever you need to experience at the time sort of coming up. So yeah, that's what I've always enjoyed about the journeys, and just that feeling that you can trust the process, I guess, and understand, or no, and you can obviously go some, and people do, you go some very deep places and that kind of thing, but it's obviously what you need to experience at the time and work through. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a beautiful practice and process that I think I don't know, with it's funny thinking about like this, the whole spiritual new age type industry and that kind of thing, I guess, and Pi, how he, I guess, is just very he's not out there blowing a trumpet anyway, right? Like I don't think he's barely got social media. I think he's got his YouTube channel and that, and I guess it's more just through facilitators and organically spreading um, where it has. But yeah, there's not a lot of people sharing the practice in Australia, for example. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a like you said, it's a place to go really deep, and also to surrender to yourself and know that you're being held safely in a yeah, like a space that is wanting you to be the best that you can be, instead of where society or the way that the world has been structured is often squashing us.
Yeah.
This is really a chance to bloom and like, yes, you know, and go out into the world and really shine our lights as well. I feel that this is really important. It's like one of the most powerful ways of self-activism, that you can really become alive and see through the bullshit and and sort of, yeah, discern what discern what's happening and yeah, and come back to what our truth is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it does cut through quickly, doesn't it? Like when you get there, you just get yeah, like a lot of clarity, and the dots start to connect pretty quickly, don't they? So it's
Yeah.
you know, I'm definitely excited for it. I think it will definitely be one of the most powerful 2-day events in Western Australia this year. I think for sure. Like it's definitely going to be an amazing weekend. So yeah, really excited you're coming and to be able to
Yeah.
share it with you here. So this beautiful part of the world down here in Western Australia, and it's going to be yeah, really lovely down there. Like Fair Harvest. Maybe we'll do another live. I'll go there and we can show people around a little bit,
That
the
would be
property
nice.
and that kind of thing. It's a nice day today, but it's got a bit cloudy. But yeah, we do it on a nice day when it's sunny, and hopefully that'll be what the weather is like in November. It's springtime in Australia, and generally down here by then it should be blue skies and warming up. So it's a lovely time of year to come down here and yeah, visit this amazing region. And yeah, I think give a bit more detail now about what we're planning. So we've got obviously the 2 days. We'll start in the morning on the Saturday, probably around 9 a.m. And then we're planning, so having 2 journeys each day, lasting around about 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours. We'll be providing lunch and dinner on the Saturday night, lunch again on the Sunday as part of the package, and yeah, non-alcoholic drinks throughout as well. So really trying to yeah, fully immerse you and have everything there covered for you for the weekend, so you can, I guess, totally switch off. And yeah, the amazing property down there, Fair Harvest, they've got beautiful permaculture gardens, which should be in full swing by then for spring. So they'll be having lots of amazing organic food there for us all to eat. And Jody, the owner there, got the kitchen, and we'll be preparing beautiful, soul-nourishing organic food for us all to eat. So I'm really excited to be able to find a venue that can do that easily, because they're obviously growing the organic food there. So that should be beautiful. And then obviously got the option for accommodation. So we've decided to do it at a venue like this where the accommodation isn't included, but then people can obviously decide what they want to do for themselves. I'll be probably camping on site and spending the time there fully immersed. You're going to be close by in a chalet, so covering both bases there for anyone. And then if you're a local as well, obviously you can go home and don't have to spend anything on accommodation if you're close by in the Margaret River region. But yeah, for everyone who looking to really connect with nature, I think, and feel fully held and immersed in nature, and the stars here are just in the evening when if it's not a full moon and you can see the sky, which I think that time, I think the full moon's going to be coming up, so it should be pretty amazing there at night, just seeing the whole universe. And I think doing the inner dance journeys and being out there in nature, it's just going to be beautiful. So it's going to be really amazing. Yeah, it should be good. Lovely property there. Yeah, and I think we'll have a look. We'll walk around a bit as well. There's a beautiful little forest section there as well. So maybe if the weather's good and we can figure out how to get our sound there, we can do an inner dance journey in the trees as well. It'll be pretty amazing too. So yeah, so we've got early bird tickets up until the 9th of the 9th for the first 8 to join us. So I think there's about 5 of those left. and they're $399 each. So that's going to cover you the 4 journeys, the lunch, 2 lunches and dinner, and also some Blue Lotus as well, that we're going to have some kind of Blue Lotus edition for the afternoon journeys. We're thinking to add another element to it. So we'll share a bit more about that maybe on another live, I think, right? We'll explain a little bit of your experience with Blue Lotus and and then otherwise regular tickets will be $4.99. So you can book tickets through my page. If you have a look, there's try booking. I've got it live on there. If you want to pay with credit card or something like that, it'll be a small fees. I think maybe $10 per ticket. Try booking's not too bad. Otherwise, you can message me directly for bank details to pay and pay a deposit. Or if you'd like to, book the early bird ticket. We'd like to have that paid in full before the 9th of the 9th when we're going to end the sale for that, for the early bird. So, I think it's going to be such a beautiful weekend. I'm really excited to share it with you and offer it to everyone down here in the region. I think, hopefully we'll get some locals and some people from Perth, and hopefully, some people from the East Coast as well, some of the facilitators on the East Coast. So, there's the airport there just north. I think I was mentioning that to you, right? So there's flights that have just recently opened up from Melbourne and Sydney direct into Busselton, which is it's a fairly small town, maybe, 50,000 people, but there's an airport there which now has direct flights from the East Coast of Australia. So it's pretty easy for people to fly over there now, and I think it's pretty affordable, sort of $300 or $400, which for Australia is pretty cheap. That's the funny thing about Perth. Lots of people go up to Bali because you can fly there a long time for less than $200 return kind of thing, and it was cheaper to fly to Bali than fly over to the East Coast of Australia. So people will go and lots of people go and have their holiday there instead of visiting other parts of Australia. But this has opened up there, so it saves you the trip via Perth, and hopefully we'll get some people who want to join us from the East Coast as well. So you want to say anything else? Otherwise, it's good that we got over the technical difficulties. So I was there talking to myself a few times, just trying to work out this. That was a good live, that one.
We got there in the end. And I'd just say for anybody who's thinking of coming, that you don't need to have any experience, and it's not about the dance. This is really what's moving inside of you. And some people are very still throughout, and other people do kind of have a boogie and stuff, but it's more about how your body's moving you rather than learning a technique or a choreography or anything. It's how are your emotions moving within your body, and where's that taking you to? So it's a really amazing process to experience, and especially like this and in nature, it's the whole thing, the food, all of it, it's supporting us to really move. So thank you for,
I think it'll be an amazing weekend for I think everything, like healing and like you say as well, like finding purpose or answering questions or things like that, whatever you feel like if you're feeling a bit stuck or something like that. I think this will be a beautiful reset over this weekend to just get you back grounded down and really feeling finding more direction in life as well, like you said. So really looking forward to sharing it with everyone and yourself. So we'll plan a few more of these. I think we can do another live. Hopefully we'll get the technical difficulties ironed out. We can connect straight away. Maybe share. We'll go and visit the property, and maybe we can share a bit more about Blue Lotus and what people can expect with that. There are a few people working with it in Western Australia, I've seen, but still relatively uncommon, I think. So it'll be nice to combine that on those afternoon journeys, I think, and see where that takes us as well. So
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining me, Katie. Thanks for
Thank you.
everyone for joining us live or watching the replay. And yeah, we really look forward to inviting you on this amazing 2-day immersion of inner dance. And yeah, like Katie said, you don't need any experience. So please, if you feel called, if this resonates with you and you just feel deep down that you should join this weekend, then please really take that little feeling in your gut, whatever your intuition. Yeah, if there's any inkling there that you should join this weekend, then really please do. I think, like we both said, it's going to be one of the most amazing weekends I feel in the calendar for Western Australia for this year. And Katie's such an amazingly experienced facilitator in this practice. So I think really take the opportunity. She's not going to be coming to Australia very often, if at all. So yeah, really take the opportunity to come and visit this beautiful part of the world and experience this amazing journey. Thank you very much, Katie. And
yeah, thank you.
thanks a lot. Love and light, everyone.
Bye bye.